Yes, guys, this is Rio Meets, presented to you by Qatar Airways. We have a Champions League winner on this week, Mr. Jorginho from Arsenal, formerly of Chelsea. And you know what? It wasn't the easiest of interviews walking in because we had a bit of friction. I've had a lot to say about Jorginho as a football player over the years, and he wasn't shy in coming forward and hitting me where it hurts as a response when he laid down some trophies. So it was a great interview, really good guy, and we shook hands at the end. So make sure you stay tuned and watch this. Well, Jorginho, we've been talking for a while. Great to have you come.
Thank you.
Straight from training. I love that. I get there. It was good, man. So, do you know what? Let's take it a bit further back because there's a lot about you I don't think a lot of people even know about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're a well-travelled man. You've done a lot of travelling in your life, lived in different various countries. You were 15 and you moved from Brazil to Italy.
Yeah.
What is that like for a young boy?
It was tough because at the end of the day, I came across the world basically without my family, without my parents, and just myself with the dream, you know, and moving all the way without speaking the language, and it was tough living in a monastery. With other kids from the academy as well. It was like one room with 3 bunk beds, and we used to earn €20 per week.
Wow.
Yeah, to spend with shampoo or whatever you needed, like for basic stuff, basically.
Yeah.
You know, when you come from background like that, you just see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, I need to make it. Yeah, I need to make it. That's my opportunity. I can't miss this one.
What age did you go, I'm going to be a pro?
It was when I moved from Brazil to Italy. I knew there was still a long way to go.
15 years old.
Yeah. Because before that, when I was in Brazil, when I was playing in my hometown, I was selected with other kids to go to this academy, and I stayed 2 years in this academy, and then I was picked again from the agents and the coach to go straight to Italy with these kids as well. And in that moment, I was like, okay, this is happening now. It's a big opportunity for me, and this is the way that I can make it.
What is your style? Is it more Brazilian or Italian?
I can see both of it because as I started learning the tactics and stuff like the European style so young, that's kind of my vein of learning the game, and I love it. But the technique is still there, you know, because I was playing on the beach with my mom, and I learned so much. So I think it's a good mix.
Nice mix. It enabled you to become successful, so it obviously worked.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Arsenal, because we've got a lot of Arsenal fans behind the cameras here who watch the show, who have been sweating, waiting for you to come in. Yeah? And I've been doing a little bit of research at your club at Arsenal. People might not realise, but everyone I speak to at Arsenal say you've got a huge voice in and around the training ground. Like, how has that come about? Has that always been you? Been loud? Been a big voice? Or
I think so.
Yeah,
yeah. There's a little bit of who I am. You know, I really love joking with people, and it's just how my personality is. And I'm the first one to be there for you if you need anything. So I come in, I feel so welcome. At the beginning surprised me a little bit because, you know, they moved from Chelsea to Arsenal, and I'm like, okay, I go like, let's see what's gonna happen. And the way I felt from inside the club, from training ground to the stadium with supporters, with everybody, I was like, oh, this is lovely, and I feel I want to give everything I can to this club. Because
it could have been like you say, Chelsea and Arsenal aren't perfect neighbours.
Yeah, I know.
It's difficult between the fans at times.
Yeah.
So that can be a difficult transition. Looking at you on the pitch and being a leader, how tactically aware are you during the game? And have you ever been in a game where you've gone, oh, we have to change this, forget what the manager said?
No, Arsenal, no. Because the way we prepare the games is very detailed, and everyone's is so aware of what we need to do. Maybe change something, but in terms of relationships, you know, like when I look at you, instead of going there, you need to go there, you know, or the voice, like the way you press it happened before that we can see that's not actually working, and we try to switch to see if it works better, but we try to sort out all together with the coach as well.
Because I see you when I'm at the games live as well, I see you on a touchline. I see you shouting onto the pitch sometimes, tactically or motivating. Like, does Arteta give you the freedom to be able to do all this stuff, or is it just something naturally that you just always come with?
Honestly, it's something that naturally comes from me, because even when I'm not on the outside, I'm like, I want to try and help somehow. And when I see something that could help, I just throw it there, and I feel the trust from the coach as well, from Mikel. He never said like, oh, don't do anything like that. So I think that's a trust from him that I appreciate as well.
We've spoken about a couple of your different managers up to now. Your current manager is Mikel Arteta. Like, how different is he, and what does he give for you to be the best you can be?
I think he's unbelievable.
Is he better than you expected?
I think so.
Yeah.
I knew he was really good, but maybe I didn't expect for him to work in so many details the way he does, which is good, because you go to the game that you know everything, what to expect, and I was surprised how much we work on every single situation on the pitch.
But even just there, you're saying how much layers of information that Mikel Arteta gives you.
Yeah, it's different, but at the end, a player, I think, he feels more comfortable when he goes to the pitch knowing like every single thing that's gonna happen and how to expect and be prepared for every single situation. Because with the others, so many times it happened that it came from like our qualities, our individual qualities, and in situations of maybe high press or a low block or throwing or anything like that, and which with Mikel is different.
I see a couple of quotes from him, because I'm always interested how the manager sees the players, and he says you're like you make your teammates play better, and it's almost like there's a manager on the pitch for him. Like,
who was that, sir?
Your manager. Do you feel that? Do you feel that responsibility has been given to you to go on there and be that guy? Because you play similar positions as well.
No, I don't feel that responsibility, to be fair. I see more like a trust, and that's actually what I try to do. I try to make things simple to make them play better. If they play better, my job is done, basically. I try to make things easier for them, like get out of the pressure or create an overload somewhere for them to have an advantage, or put the ball behind for them to have the space to run, or give the information, or the pressure is coming from the right or the left, or don't press now, or any information that can help them.
Communication is a big part of your game, huh?
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah.
And you talk about like the way that, I don't know, Arteta, he just seems like a guy who's always computing things. Like, you know what I mean? Like just everything's going on behind the eyes, the steely eyes. Like, what are a couple of the non-negotiables when in the team structure and setup that this is a must with you guys?
I'm not sure about the question, because I think he's so sure of how he wants the team to play, and it's so clear that he tries to make so clear with so many informations that it's even like hard for us to argue, like, honestly, with him I don't find the situations where I'm very unsure of something that I need to ask if we can change, you know what I mean? Wow. So
it's true what you're saying though. Like, when I think back to when I played, that any moments that I felt I'm not sure, the game doesn't go well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But every time I went on there, I knew like what the potential situation could finish like, and if I do this and we do this as a team, and it's clear, you got a bigger chance of success.
Yeah, I think so. I truly believe so. So that's why as well. That's why he works so much on every single situation, that it makes everything so much clear, and it's difficult to find like, oh, I'm not sure of this. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it helps that he played in the position you played? And does it mean when you play that position, because you are the eyes and the ears and the conductor, that gives you a better chance of being a manager? Because you look at a lot of the managers now. Pep played that position.
Yeah, that's true.
Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Two of the best
Ancelotti,
right now.
yeah,
Mikel
true.
Arteta's
Mikel
playing there
Arteta,
now.
Thiago Motta, Xavi
Xabi
Alonso. Yeah, it's true. I hope so. I hope that maybe can help me somehow in the future.
It's mad that though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Why is
maybe
this
it's coincidence or maybe not. I don't know. I don't. Maybe being there, you need to know like everything about the game because you are kind of the ticking thing, you know. Like you were the one connecting with the up front, you were the one connected with the back, and naturally you're just maybe more aware of the actual game, and maybe that helps you in the future or whatever. I don't know.
Can a great player succeed in a team that isn't built perfectly for them? Do you think it goes against the player when they're in a system that doesn't?
Definitely, for sure, because it's the same. Like for me, I'm not the most physical one, and if you put me to play like long balls, fight for the second ball, and open space to run man to man, how I'm gonna play?
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna work for me, and I'll be in a really, really hard situation because then you put me in a context that the team wants to play to have control of the game, compactness, and then the best of me is gonna come out, you know. So I think the context is really, really important.
Who else do you admire in that position? In the position you play, you look around the world now and you go, okay, these
or before?
Right now.
Right
Who
now,
do you go?
Rodri for sure. Rodri is being massive.
What do you like about his game?
He's very clever, you know, and he's very physical as well, which helps him. And he's always in the right moment. He doesn't like to put himself in trouble. He does the simple thing to help the team, and he's being quite efficient, like in the opposite box as well.
Goals, big important goals.
So I think he's being like really, really good. Him, Kovacic is being playing there. I like Kovacic. Dek's not playing there anymore, but Dek's being massive there as well.
Do you think Dek could be the answer there? Like, if eventually, do you think that he could be one of the top players in that position?
I think Dek has so much quality, and
in other areas as well.
Yeah, in other areas, but because then you see him playing on the number 8, and you see how much he runs and how much he gets the ball back in the high press of the pitch, that if you get the ball there, you are in front of the goal. And he arrives in the box, he has the goal, and he has the timing to get in the box. So I'm not sure. Like, he's so good in both that I don't know if he's. I honestly, I was speaking the other week and like
about Dek.
Yeah, with friends like this, and I was like, I'm not sure what's like the best foot. He can do both easily.
It's crazy because I mean, £100 million he went for. No one talks about the fee. That's testament to how well he must be doing at your place. What is the general feeling in the change room about Declan as a player? Because in England he's highly thought of.
Yeah, for sure. For us as well. He's massive, and how much he's been doing it's crazy, you know. And he has no problems or whatever happens, he's always there for the team, and or paying here, paying there, doesn't matter. He goes again, and how much he gives himself, it's unbelievable. He's being real for us.
What's he like around the changing room? He seems like quite a good guy, connecting people as well.
He's a good lad. Good fun. He's a really, really nice guy. Has his jokes, and funny guy. And he gets along with everybody, honestly. And the group, our group now, is such a good group. Honestly, there is no problem between players, always joking around and messing about, and that's the good atmosphere. You go there, you are like, it's a pleasure to be there, you know. It's really good.
What do you see in this group? You've been in dressing rooms where you've won things, and you said, listen to certain things, you go, I can feel it in the air.
Mhm.
You know, what is there anything you can feel in this squad that you go, I can see success coming here?
Yeah, for sure. The hunger as well of the team. You know, you can see the team is like so hungry, so hungry, and the way everyone is pushing each other, demanding from each other, and wanting to improve, and at the same time, you have a good atmosphere. You can sense good stuff is coming. You know,
it's mad about. I'll go back to Declan. Sorry as well, but Declan Rice, I see that he said that like he knew he was good, but he didn't realise you were that good when you came. What does he mean?
Well, because when you play against each other is one thing, and then when you see every day, you see more. You know, and maybe the way he saw me in training as well, some qualities that he couldn't realize playing against, or probably that's what he meant.
Because I remember last season when you played together, you looked like you had a really good connection.
Yeah.
Like what do you allow him to be able to do, and what does he allow for you when you're both on the pitch together?
Yeah, I think we have this good connection as well, because there is this trust, and we have a good connection because he knows what I want. And when you good player, when you are at some certain level, you know that sometimes you don't even need to speak. You know, you just look and you know what the other one wants. And yeah, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true, definitely.
And we have this thing that we get each other. You know, sometimes something goes wrong and they're like, and the next one is different already. You don't even say anything. You don't want to
disappoint your teammate. You want to look after them.
Yeah, for sure. And we are really supportive. As well.
You mentioned that word, trust, and there's a lot of players. Well, not everyone's fortunate to have the trust of their manager in once, let alone for many times in their career from different managers. You've been fortunate and you've built that trust in your managers. What's it like for a player, and how do they deal with a manager when they don't have trust?
Yeah, it's tough. You need to find somewhere else, because I believe that...
Find somewhere else?
Yeah, somewhere else. Because I think even yourself, you know, because that's how you can get the best out of you. Because if you don't have that feeling, if you feel so uncomfortable, if you feel you can't do things, and that feeling it's not gonna work out for you, I don't believe. So that's why I used a lot this word, and I think it's an important thing.
I always thought that it didn't happen often. I was lucky, a bit like yourself, that if I thought a manager doubted anything in my game and I'd done something around it in the game, I would always think, what's he thinking?
Yeah.
What's he thinking? Do you know what I mean? Isn't it? It's true. You similar like that.
Yeah. It's normal. It's human, I think.
Yeah,
that you
definitely.
think, and at the end he's the one who's making the call for you to be on the pitch or not. So.
Oh, he goes like this. Sub. I can see inside the way you speak. I think there's management coming, or aspirations to be a manager at some point.
Yeah, it's crazy because my whole life, not just now, but my whole life, I'm always being like very vocal like that, and trying to help and manipulate like a lot.
Maybe pundit then.
What's that? Maybe.
Same as me.
Maybe. And like my family, my friends were like, "Oh, you're gonna be a coach in the future." Since I was 18, they were like, "No, you're gonna be a coach. You're gonna be." And I was like, "Nah," because you know, being a coach takes a lot of your time.
Yeah, it's hard.
Being a player already with the family, you struggle like important dates and stuff like that. And then I'm thinking, I don't want that afterwards now. So I always want to be involved in football, of course. And then I was like, nah, that's not going to be for me. Then I come to Arsenal, and they're like, oh, there's the opportunity to do your budgets. Yeah, coaching. Do you want to do it? And then I was like, you know what? I love it. Love football. I'm going to do it just to have it. You never know. Then I did the first training session. I was like, oh, no.
You fell in love?
Oh, I fell in love. I was like, oh,
no way. So now you're hooked?
And now I'm kind of, yeah.
Yeah, is it? Oh, so you're training with like the young academy players and stuff?
Yeah, I'm doing the budgets.
Whoa, imagine what that's like when you see you're just going for training and then Jorginho walks in with his clipboard and pen.
That's what's happening.
What age were you working with?
12, 14 and 16.
Wow.
Yeah, nice.
So what aspects of it do you like most? Taking the sessions or preparing or?
Yeah, to create the sessions, I'm struggling at the moment.
Yeah?
Yeah. But when the session is going, when I'm on the pitch, that's my thing. That's what I like it, yeah.
The connection with the players.
Yeah, the connection with them and giving the information, trying to make them better, you know, and honestly see their qualities as well. That fascinates me.
It seems for me that it would, because I've done my coaching badges early and then I had to stop for personal reasons. But the bit I used to think is I enjoyed and I felt I could make an individual better. Making a team better is different.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Much more difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
Using all the team, all the pitch, etc.
Yeah.
What will you be then? I don't know if you're a suit man or tracksuit.
Nah, tracksuit.
Tracksuit,
yeah, for sure.
Relax, chill.
I almost came in tracksuit today.
It doesn't matter what you wear here, but in the Emirates, I don't know if a tracksuit's going to work there, man.
No, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so as you're coaching now and you're the older player in the changing room.
No anymore. Neto came.
Oh, yeah. So he's older.
I said thank you to him today, this morning. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
But do you feel like an extra responsibility for the younger players and you take a keen interest in the younger players?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But that's the thing that I see. I don't like just to say something. I prefer to lead by example as well. So always on time, I do the right things and they see that I do the right thing and then like I can say if something is wrong. If I'm not doing right, well, I'm gonna tell him that he's doing wrong.
That's true.
You know, so I'm more that way.
What are the big differences you see in the younger generation now to when you was a young kid?
Oh my days!
You know what? I spoke to Cristiano. This is exactly the reaction that he gave me. Yeah, he said it's hard to give them the information.
Yeah, it's
and
hard.
then to take it.
Yeah. Back in the day, I'm getting old. Back in the day, my days. Anyways, it's different now. The personalities, how they approach the attitude is just different. So when you find young kids with good attitude, it's nice to see because it's becoming more rare and rare. And on my time, it was just listen and do it and listen. There was no space for me to be talking, let's say. You know, it was the moment that I was learning, and I think it was maybe too much, but it needs a good balance of it, but not even like do you know what I mean? Like
I think maybe the only reason I think it's money.
It could be
because they're getting so much so young. They're thinking, well, I don't need to speak, I've got a 5-year contract.
It could be.
Money. Why
it could be.
To Jorginho?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
And when we were younger, we was having to work hard to get a big contract.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? So you had to listen, but you was allowed to discipline them back then as well.
Yeah.
The older players were.
Whoa! Tell me about
it. You mentioned the young players who work hard. Like, Saka must be one of those guys.
For sure. Yeah.
How good is this guy?
Unbelievable.
Is he world class?
World class. I said to him, I want to see you win the Ballon d'Or. I said to him because
he's capable of winning the Ballon d'Or. Yeah,
I believe so. I believe in him.
I believe in.
Yeah, I hope he believes in himself as well.
No, he must do.
Yeah, for sure.
He seems like a confident kid. What's he like? You're in the change rooms with him. What's he like as a kid?
He's quiet and funny at the same time, you know. And we make a lot of jokes. And now he's gonna be really upset with me.
Why?
Because I'm gonna tell what I joke about.
Yeah, go
on. So basically in Brazil, we have this joke, and we make this nickname. Yes, Brazil pé, it means foot. Yeah, and pesudo, it means big foot. So when it's like bad technique or control or something like that, So we start calling him like, oh, Pesudo.
No.
Yeah, he's going mad.
So you call him Pesudo, bad feet, bad technique?
Yeah, but it's a joke
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's
yeah.
completely the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's just an unbelievable player who is becoming like a machine for us. And I hope he becomes like for England as well, you know, because his talent and his hunger and his quality is just so high. And on top of that, the person he is, he just deserves like the award for him, like everything. I'm there cheering for him, honestly.
Wow, that's nice for a teammate. I wish a teammate spoke about me like that, man. But what is special? What if you look at his attributes and you break him down as a player? What do you go? You know what? That is something that sets him apart from everybody, or that's the elite. That's Ballon d'Or. What is it?
Because before was going the left foot, going the left. Now it's going the right foot.
See, that's what I was saying last season.
Yeah,
I want to see something different. Can you go on the right hand side? Can you be unpredictable more?
Yeah.
And he seems like every summer he's bringing something new.
Yeah.
Like, is that work ethic is crazy as well, no?
Yeah, and for me now, the thing he needs to go more now, it's his hunger to get in the box when he's on the weak side.
Oh, he's speaking the same language. We're speaking the same language, George, man. Serious.
Yeah, I want to see headers from him, crossing from the left side.
He can get 6-7 more goals a season. Easy with that.
Easy. And let's see how far he can get, you know. And for me, it's the little thing that he's missing, because sometimes the ball's on the other side and I can see he's coming.
Yeah.
I was like, get in there.
Yeah.
And it's not there. I'm like, no, man.
But this is a hard thing for wingers, I think, because they've always been told, stay wide. And then when the ball's on the opposite side of the other wing and he's going to cross it, you have to get in and close the post off.
But I think it's more, honestly, I think it's more their own thing. It's not from coaches. Because this thing, stay wide. Every coach says, but when we are in the build-up, I never saw any coach to say when the ball is on the other side, stay wide.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
No one said that.
Yeah.
It's just because naturally they want to be wide to get the ball on the feet and go one against one, you know? But all the coaches, they were like, no, opposite side need to get there.
It's concentration and it's hard work.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Just focus and the habit as well. The habit of getting there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. And then you get used to it.
Are you in the camp where you look at your squad and go, could you look at all the Arsenal fans? They're always, the first thing they say to me, we haven't got a number 9. Do you think like that as players? I'm sure, I can't see you guys think like that.
Nah.
I spoke to Declan about Kai Havertz. He surprised me, I'll be honest. And the way he spoke about Kai, I was like, whoa, these guys don't need a number 9.
Yeah, it's crazy because he's just an unbelievable player. At the beginning when people was hammering him, I was like, these people, what are they talking about?
Do you want to come out and protect him? And go,
yes.
Hey, listen, guys.
Yes.
You've got to come on the show next time and just say, listen, I need to say something.
Okay, next time I will show up there. Because I can be very straight as well. Like, oh my days. I was like, is this really happening? I can't believe it.
Wow.
I was like, oh my days. No, and then actually I went to Kai a few times and I was like, Kai, don't listen. Like, forget about it. Like, you know what? You can do it. Like, this is crazy. And how much he helps the team, the way he plays. And the big improvement he had since he came to Premier League is how tougher he's getting every day. Like, he's getting tougher and tougher, you know. And now he's at the place that is unbelievable. The confidence he has, the confidence that he gives to the team as well. And he's so clever. He puts his body always in the best positions. He always gives a solution, and he finds solutions in situations that you don't believe he's gonna come out of. Or he's a bowler. He's like a big one.
Can you talked about toughness? Can you make someone tougher, or do they have to have that in them already?
I think you can become by learning, like experiencing. Like, you can't teach anybody just talking to someone. I don't think so.
No, I agree.
So he came at the beginning, he was getting kicks, and he reacted. And then he started the next contracts. He was putting his foot and he was getting angry if something didn't go his way. And I was like, okay, it's coming out now. and it's just becoming better and better every day.
Just finally on Arsenal, you came so close last season and the season before. Obviously, huge disappointment. I've been there myself. What's that little ingredient gonna be to get you to that next post of lifting the trophy?
I think consistency, because we lost a few points that we can't, we cannot, and that's the difference for me. That you go whatever you go, and especially with teams that you need to win, and you have to win those games. You can't draw or you can't lose. You cannot do it. Some games, you know what I mean. Like you cannot, and it happened to us, unfortunately. So I think the consistency of I'm gonna win, and then it can happen here and there, and especially in the big games, But when you let these games that you must win and you don't, for me that's the difference.
Is that where your experience comes in, where you go to grounds where people expect you to win, or teams come to the Emirates where people go, it's an easy one, you can get 3 points, where you think to yourself, I've got to go around guys today on it?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, because it happened before as well, when I didn't do it and we didn't win. And then I felt even worse. I was like, and then the feeling of I regret something, I don't like it. Right? I really don't like it. Like, I regret why I didn't do that.
It plays your mind.
No, it plays.
There's a lot of similarities, in the ways. I remember when I played like that, and I had to always say similar things to certain people to get the best out of them, but also to keep me on my toes as well, and concentrated. Your manager, lastly, I saw something he mentioned in pre-season about pickpockets.
Yeah.
Is this true? It's crazy though. It's a crazy thing, though.
Yeah, it is. But
this is him.
Not gonna add anything more. I'm not gonna give you this.
This is a man who knows his boundaries. He knows where he's got to go. What does it feel like being kind of the manager's almost kind of eyes and ears? You become almost like the face of Sarri ball, because he brings his style and tactical kind of project to Chelsea.
I think it's a bit tricky, because it's true. It's true, because then I never went for a meal with Sarri, for example. Everyone thinks like, he's his son.
Yeah, I thought you was living in his house maybe, or together,
no.
Shopping and that.
Absolutely not. So you need to be careful the way you are, like even the changing room, and the way you are, and everyone who gets to know me knows that I'm really transparent, and all I want is the best for the team. So I'm there just to help everyone out, and at the beginning it's like, is a little bit like this, and then it's up to you how you're gonna react to that, and you're gonna let them in to you, and let them know who you actually are, or you're gonna close yourself, and then it's gonna be even harder. So I was just myself. So
when you do go there and Sarri says, listen man, come, I want you to come to my project in Chelsea.
He didn't call me once.
No way.
Yeah.
So how do you end up there then? He was a manager in Napoli.
He didn't call me once.
He goes to Chelsea and calls you to come.
No, he didn't call me.
So how'd you get there?
It was from he never direct called me.
Wow.
He didn't.
Every time I went to a new club, I spoke to the manager and said, listen, how are we going to play? Where do I fit in? What's my role? You didn't have that conversation?
No.
Bro. How did you make that move then?
No, I knew he wanted so much for me to come, and we had this connection that many times we didn't even need to speak, but we know what to expect from each other, and I knew what was happening, and he didn't feel that he needed to call me or something. I don't know.
Did he not speak to you when you even got there to say, listen, obviously I have a style of playing, I need to get it across to the team, I need you to help me?
Oh yeah. When we got there, yes, and then we had the conversation, and then he was like, I want you to come because you are in the middle there and you take everything. I need you to help me out here. So that was afterwards when I was
It's because it's important. I mean, the position you play is so important for that as well, to play through you and get the team playing. Did you feel much pressure being the manager, signing from each club before in that situation?
The pressure is there, isn't it? The pressure is there, but it's important like how you handle it, because I always in this let's say tricky situations, I always try to find the motivation for me, you know, and not try to like kind of hide myself or suffer it. You know your potential, you know what you can do, and you know how much you can add to the team, and you just leave the noise out there, and you do your best to help your teammates, the team, the club, and the manager.
You talk about pressure there, like for young people that are going to be watching, pressure is part of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
But how do you deal with those moments when people are saying you shouldn't be in the team maybe, or people are saying, or your club is, the form has dropped a little bit, or your personal confidence has gone down? How do you deal with that type of pressure to keep yourself motivated?
Yeah, I think these days, especially with social media, you know, it's something quite big, I believe. And I truly believe that you need to keep that out, because if you go in there, you're just gonna drive your mind crazy. And it's how much you actually believe in yourself. And I know how much I can impact and add to the team.
It brings me on to one of the another point that I had. 2019, a quote from me.
I remember that.
Do you remember the quote?
Yeah.
I knew you remembered. I knew it. Right? How I know that you remembered is because when you won the Player of the Year, European Player of the Year, a little video montage was made up and you posted it, and it had my quotes in the actual in the post, and I was like, "Rah, this guy remembers from then what I was saying." How did it make you feel? I said something along the lines of he plays around 2,000 passes a game, no assists, he can't run, so he doesn't give anything defensively, and he doesn't do anything at the other end of the pitch. I can add context to that, but how does it, when you hear something or read something like that, especially out of context, how does that make you feel?
No, it makes you feel not good.
Yeah,
that touched me. I need to be honest, you know, because you have such a big impact, like on people what they're listening. And then I reflect, because I'm really demanding on myself, and I'm like, is that really happening? So I go through stats and I go to see what's actually happening. And honestly, I don't believe that what's happening, because yes, I'm not the most physical one, and I know that, and I don't rely on that. Because if I'm going to rely on that, I wouldn't be here for sure. So I do add defensively in other ways, maybe not in the contrast or something like that, or when it's an open play and I need to run 7 yards behind someone. I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm not. So I do my a lot for the team, bring them compact and directing where to go, where the pressure needs to go, when the pressure needs to go. So it's something that is not in the statistics, but who is inside there, they know.
You can smell it,
you know, and I know, because I can feel it when I talk to the teammates, and you can feel the trust from them when you talk, you know. And then I went to see on the other part of the pitch as well. I was like, let me see. This is because this is touching me. Like my technique, and like, you know, I'm like, my Brazilian side. I was like, no, this is not good. I was like, no, this is not happening. So I was like, let me go in. And then I went to see, and the chance that unfortunately didn't end up in goals,
he was creating.
It was quite a lot, like 1-to-1. And I was like, I can't do assist and score, you know. So in the statistics, it's true, it's 0, but I was doing it, you know.
So let me just give you context as well, because I was talking about big games. More importantly, was more because that game was against Arsenal, after the game against Arsenal, I think at Stamford Bridge, and it was more about.
No, it was Emirates.
It was Emirates, about the big games, and it was in a couple of the big games that I'd watched at that time. The team wasn't playing to suit your style, in my opinion, in terms of big spaces. And so your physicality gets highlighted then for the inadequacies that you might have. And that's where I saw it in that. And obviously he wasn't playing high enough up the pitch in those big games to create the chances to be converted, etc. So that's where my quotes came from.
Yeah.
I'd like to reiterate here with you to your face is that nothing's ever personal.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
always just, I look at things from a tactical perspective and what could be the problem, what may be the solution.
Yeah, because it can't be personal. We don't even know each other. And
exactly.
I completely get it.
No, definitely. But what conversations happen in the change room around, like, because I'm really interested to see, like, when things happen in the media, how does the change room react to stuff like that?
It always has an impact.
Yeah.
It always
Guys
does.
are going, listen, have you seen that in the paper?
Yeah, for sure.
What you said
especially with social media now.
Yeah,
like,
true.
and because they do take the things many times out of context and just cut that part.
Yeah.
And then it has an impact. That's how it is.
So moving on, we're always looking for, like, managers to come in and kind of implement their style of play as quickly as possible. And one moment where I was like, wow, that is like a crazy quick turn was Tuchel when he came to Chelsea after Frank Lampard in the game against Wolves, I think it was. Immediately switched to a back three. And everyone was watching could see, like, wow, this is an absolutely different style. How was he able to kind of get the team on board to understand those tactics and to see it so quickly?
Yeah, I think he was really, really clever the way he did. He gave a few informations. He didn't try to put much information in.
Oh, okay.
He gave like two basic, simple information.
Like what?
Defensive, like 5-3-2, no balls inside. They play around and we defend here, because he didn't have time to work on how to press or
game immediately.
Yeah, game immediately. So I was like, we're not gonna go high pressing, man to man, or none of that. We're gonna stay compact here, and then when we get the ball, back five, I want the wing backs high, two in the base always. I want to play inside diagonal, create 2 against 1 on the wing. That was it.
When you say it like that, it sounds so easy.
Yeah. He made it easy for us, because then he was trusting our qualities.
Okay.
You know, he was like, you are big players, don't lose the ball here on the build up, and create these 2 against 1, finish opposite side. That's it.
What about in terms of you personally? Was there anything that specifically to you that you go, okay, that was a nice tweak that helped me?
Yeah, no, the only thing that he was mad about it, that he was pushing so much with me, N'Golo and Kovacic, it was he want this ball to get in the pocket. He was like, I want this ball diagonal to the pocket. Like, I want, and
into the 8 and 10.
Yeah. Like, because we were 3-2, and then he want this ball inside, and this ball need to finish in the opposite pocket. Like, that was his target. Like, his first information was like, I want this ball in the pocket, because once we're gonna have 5 players up front, and we need to create an overload there. And once we create that overload, and it's your quality to create that overload.
You're the one who can find that.
Like me and Kova or N'Golo, like whoever in that position. And he had a solid back three as well with Rudiger, Thiago, and Aspi. So it was, he just put the structure of the team with our qualities and our characters, I think, in the best way he could, because then he had Marcos Alonso, who in a back 5 is one of the best out there, Reece James, and he had 3 tough players at the back. He created this solid 5 at the back, and then 2 players who he could rely on, like getting the ball in those pockets that he wanted.
Was Tuchel the best manager to get the best out of Jorginho as a player?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one, but if he's not the best one, he's up there. Like, yeah, but could be.
Well, why though? What's he unlocked in you though that's different?
I don't know. I think I created, like, we create this big connection personally as well.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. He was unbelievable, like, so good in terms of
dinner with him, like, sorry or not? No.
We could have been. I'll tell you after. But yeah, we had a great connection, and I think he just felt so comfortable, and his trust as well. We were so direct as well on when something was wrong, we would just pick up with no problem.
Yeah, tell me about that, because I always look at it, maybe in my generation, we used to see more direct if there was a problem, argue, but after no problem.
Mm.
How would he be so direct and it would be fine?
He could be direct even with a joke. He's really good with that as well, you know, making a joke for you to think afterwards.
Yeah.
So he knows when to be hard and when to make a joke or when to make a joking or joking, you know. So I think he's really good on that.
So the Champions League, was that like, what was the feeling? I've been fortunate to be there, but like for you, in a season where at the beginning you didn't, and halfway through probably didn't expect.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part, because like for 6 months, 6 months was quite tough for me personally, and then boom, and everything changed, and in the next 6 months you end up winning the Champions League, but then you don't even have time to even think and realize what's going on, because go to Euro, and then boom, Euro.
You win that as well.
It's
a greedy summer.
Was not bad.
Let's just stay there while we're there. Winning the Euros. So the Champions League, you win that, which is like a surreal moment for you guys.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Unexpected. And then you go to the Euros again. Are you expecting? You can't be expecting to win.
No. We go to the Euros like knowing that we are a good team, that we are like a good group, but we go like, let's see what's gonna happen, you know, and we win 3-0, 2-0, I think, or something like this. You're like, okay, hold on, and then I can feel something like in the air, and then someone as a joke starts saying, something is in there, something is in there, as a joke. And then
one of the staff?
No, one of the players.
Ooh.
And then 2 players start saying, you know, same music on, and like, something is in there, something. And then next game, it's crazy. It was something magical there.
What was the difference? What did this manager pull out of you compared to other managers?
Mancini?
Yeah.
Mancini, again, he was such a good manager in terms of managing the team, like managing the players, the way he'd speak, when, how. He was super good, and then he gave the same simple basic stuff that he wanted, and he pushing on that, like just for that. It was quite similar as well with Tuchel.
Okay.
Yeah, because he wanted to create the back 3 with 2 in the base and the 5 players up front. So for me, it was some advantage in that, because I was playing those 6 months in that way already, and
small distances between players.
Yeah. And then he suited the quality of the players in that situation as well, because he put Insigne in the pocket, and then he give freedom to Marco Verratti, and he put me there in the base. He give freedom to Barella to run box to box, which is the best. A beast. And Chiesa on the right wing. Yeah, it was like, you do that one and go for it. So he was, I think, as well, really clever the way he did, and then the way he was with us, really chill, the way he was, it was really good.
A little bit more light-hearted. I think I want to ask you about your penalty technique. Where the hell did that come from?
That's mad. That's, people sometimes they don't believe me, but I tell them anyway. It started as a joke in a training ground. I was in Naples, and me and Enrique, ex-player, defender, Brazilian, we used to stay on the pitch after training, you know, crossbar, messing about. Yeah. And we went to do penalties. So he'd be the keeper, and then I'd be the keeper, you know, 3 each. And competition with, like, I don't know, Odina or like whatever. And I went on the goal, and then it was him. When he went, I swear to you, I don't know where that came from. I went fast, and then because I wanted to stop, you know, like as before, they used to go and pretend to kick and stop and do it. So I went to do that, but I just jumped naturally, because I just did it. And I saw him moving, and then I put it the other way, and he was like, no, that doesn't count, because he stopped. I was like, no, I didn't stop. You was
in motion, slow.
Yeah. So he was like, do that again. So I did it again, and it worked. So like, hey, tomorrow you do on the keepers. I was like, they gonna kill me. So the next day, after training with the keepers, I did on the keepers. The first one, they went mental. They were like, you're never gonna do that in the game. You're never gonna do that. I swear to you, you're never gonna do it. You're not brave enough to do that, blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, go on then. You need to save this. You need to save this. And then as a joke, they didn't save it. And then the keepers, they were like, okay, that works. You have to do on the game.
They started telling you to do it. Oh, wow.
And they were like, no, you have to do on the game. That's going to work out so well because it's impossible. And at the beginning, honestly, it felt pretty easy for me.
Did it?
So easy.
It looks difficult, man.
So they don't know what to expect now, you know?
Just before you go, last thing. You love musicals.
I do.
And it's one of the things that you're really crazy about.
Yeah, I love it.
How did that happen? What are you into?
No, I love music anyway. And then I love movies and I love but theater, I'd never been before I came to England.
Oh, wow.
So then I went to the theater to watch Lion King the first time. And I couldn't speak English yet.
Oh.
But I was like a kid. I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. So it's kind of mix of music that I love with the history behind, like movies and stuff. And it's something that I find like so fascinating. I actually want to try and go like in the backstage to see how it works and
I'll
stuff
help
like
you.
that.
My two twin sisters, they're dancers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of them is in Shrek.
No way.
I swear. I went the other day into
We
watching
were about
London.
to try and find Shrek now to go, actually.
I'll sort you out, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, for coming, I'll give you some tickets.
Okay,
And my other
good.
sister...
No, but I don't want no more tickets. I want to go backstage to see.
No,
like...
I'll get you. No
Okay,
problem,
okay.
Yeah? I'll get you the VIP, yeah?
Okay.
But no, my sisters, they go all over Europe, all over the world, actually. Shrek, she's in Hamilton, the other one as well. There's another production called Hamilton, which is a big one. So
yeah,
listen, I'll hook you up, man.
Yeah,
That's
so good because I see like everything happening so fast, and I'm like, wow, that's unbelievable.
No, it's crazy. I was there a couple of days ago. I was like, it's emotional, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You feel it?
Yeah, and especially like because it's my sisters as well. I'm like, I'm proud.
Yeah.
It's such
nice.
a big thing. Making so many people happy.
Yeah.
So
Me.
Well, listen, exactly. I can tell my sisters they made Jorginho happy, so that's good. But listen, man, really appreciate your time.
No,
Great
pleasure.
to see you
My pleasure.
and
Good
talk
talk.
about a lovely game.
Thank you.